Good afternoon, I'm Mike Leader, and I'm going to do a presentation on my annotated bibliography on William Bagley with my thesis statement, including Christianity and Essentialism. So William Bagley was born in Detroit, Michigan. As a child, he lived there for a short period, and then his family ended up moving to Massachusetts. They came back from Massachusetts, and Bagley went to Capitol High School. After high school, he went to Michigan Agricultural College. Unfortunately, the family didn't have a farm, and he didn't have money to purchase a farm, so he ended up becoming a teacher. After his first year of teaching, he went on to receive a master's degree from the University of Wisconsin in psychology and a doctoral degree from Cornell in psychology. While at Cornell, he actually met his wife, Florence Winger, and also studied from the famous psychologist Edward Tishner. So just a little background on him there. And Bagley lived during the progressive era, so his views were not easily implemented because of the dominant progressive educators at the time. But during that time, he was known to advance the ideas that corresponded and clashed with some of the progressive educators. Bagley mainly believed that schools should focus on curriculum based on basic skills of literacy, mathematics, liberal arts, and science. And one of the key things that he wanted Americans to grasp was the American educational ladder, and that it was important to provide students with the basic fundamentals so that they can progress throughout the ladder. So on the ladder is made up of rungs, and each rung is a school. So the bottom rung, elementary, the next middle school, the next high school, and then after that would be colleges and universities. So it was key for him to prepare students to be able to progress through that. He had disagreed with many of the progressive views. A lot of the progressive views can be traced back to Pestalozzi and Rousseau, which, in my opinion, I would not want my child to grow up with their views, looking only to science for answers. But one of the things that he was against, Bagley being against Rousseau's, one of his theories is that children should just study whatever they're interested in. Bagley disagreed with this and said that they need a foundational platform. There was, many educators at the time that he was against, one being John Dewey, another being George Count, and he was completely against George Count's idea of social reconstructivism, where Count thought that it was okay for political ideology to be in the classroom. Bagley thought that that he did not want students to be manipulated by this, that they just clearly need to focus on history, science, and math in the classroom. The main goal of Essentialism was to broadcast the social and cultural heritage by teaching students history, mathematics, ethics, and natural sciences. In the 1950s, we see another proponent of Essentialism emerge, Arthur Bester, who comes from a long history of the Baptist Church. His father was a Baptist minister. So one would say, if someone from a Christian worldview is holding these ideas of Essentialism up and promoting them, then surely Bagley must have been some type of a Christian or had some type of faith. But Bagley's Essentialism fought issues in America and said that it was deficient on systematic curricular organization, and it was causing the decline in academic standards. So he also fought the progressive view that children, should not just study whatever they want, but they should study a core platform. And if they didn't do that, then there would be no long-term information gained for them to move up the ladder. Mainly Bagley felt that the progressives were neglecting children's subject matter. And what he wanted to push was for teachers to study a more specialized subject matter. For example, like for my field, engineering and technology. Bagley developed his educational theory from the thought that the liberal arts and sciences were the core of the elementary and the secondary curriculum. And unfortunately, there isn't a lot of literature on his views of creation. I looked, I couldn't find much, but you can see Essentialism in today, and where the basics of elementary schools is reading, writing, arithmetic, math, and I would call those the essentials. So I think Bagley's theory of education has come to fruition, and also him wanting to help teachers to gain more specialized subject matter, which you can see that that's happened because we now have the STEM Foundation in Indianapolis here, to where specialized subject matter is the main focus to prepare students to move up the educational ladder, and that's done by instilling William Bagley's views of essentialism, and for the basics of education to be reading, writing, math, natural sciences. So I think, if you were to ask Moreland his opinion, he would say that he's clearly a naturalist. But I think I would like to ask the question to William Bagley, why not include Christianity in essentialism? And I guess maybe the answer there is the separation of church and state. But by providing the essentials, William Bagley's theories, I believe we are seeing education be successful today. Thank you. That's all I have.